thinking about implementing a new vendor management software solution. My name is Lee, and I'm responsible for technology implementation and customer success at Flentis Corporation. My team at Flentis is putting together a variety of educational resources that can help your organization prepare to make an informed decision. In today's webinar, we'll discuss what is direct sourcing and why should it be part of your contingent workforce management solution. So again, we're so happy to have Terri Gallagher with us.
Hey folks.
Terri. So Terri Gallagher is president and CEO of Gallagher and Consultants. Terri is an expert in the field of human capital management, specifically contingent or temporary labor. Terri has held executive leadership positions at a number of leading service providers in this space, like Manpower Tamfin, Adecco, and Disney World. So thank you for joining us again, Terri. Welcome.
Well, glad to be here, Lee. Thank you.
All right, so let's jump right into it. For this webinar, what is direct sourcing and why should it be part of your contingent workforce management program? So let's start off with, tell us, what is direct sourcing?
Yeah, so this is definitely like the hot topic du jour, right? So everybody's kind of jumping on the direct sourcing bandwagon. But to kind of simplify it, you know, people have said that this is like the next wave of contingent workforce management, even bigger than the MSP VMS revolution. What direct sourcing is, it's leveraging your brand in an attraction strategy versus traditional recruitment, reaching out to attract and curate contract and consulting talent, and then placing them into specific talent pools that are built with a specific skill set, geography, and other identifiers as part of the specific profile of the talent that you're looking for to implement. And then there are kind of three components that make up a successful direct sourcing solution. So it's the talent cloud technology, which is integrated or aligned with your VMS technology. Hence, that's why Flentis is doing this webinar, because the VMSs are really stepping into this space and making sure it's part of their tech stack. The services team, so the team to curate and source for the talent, build the talent clouds, manage the candidates in the clouds for placement. And then lastly, combining that with a payrolling or employer of record service to be the employer of record to be able to place and onboard these candidates on site.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you for helping us better understand what direct sourcing is.
Yeah.
So let's switch gears and talk about benefits. What are the benefits of direct sourcing?
We know it's funny, it's still the same benefits, the same things that client have always cared about, which is speed, quality, cost. Those are kind of the trifecta for any benefits for clients looking at contingent workforce strategy. And I think what's special about direct sourcing is the speed of the candidates being able to be sourced and onboarded. It's a substantially shorter fill time because these talent pools are built proactively. So based on your needs, you know, based on just what you've done in the past, you can build these pools proactively so you don't have the typical longer recruitment and sourcing time that comes with traditional staffing and consulting models. And then a lot of this is already, you know, a lot of these folks are talent that's already worked for you or they want to work for you, so they respond faster. They're much more engaged. You don't have some of the ghosting and delays that happen with more traditional recruitment models. And then I think the other piece of that, the quality, right? So you've got the higher retention rates and responsiveness because of that brand attraction strategy. So we talked about Disney, right? If Disney built talent pools, they would have no problem people returning the call and coming on board. Many of these folks have worked for your company before, or they want to work for your company. And then the candidate curation and support is integral to the process. So it ensures that positive candidate journey, which is key versus like a traditional CRM. I call it the dead candidate pool, where they kind of put them in there and they might not hear anything for a year. And then the other piece of that quality is the AI vetting process. That's integral to direct sourcing. So really being able to ensure that a better fit, which then reduces the quality control issues. And then lastly, cost, right? So there's savings over traditional staffing or a consulting model because you've got a lower markup. So if all of these resources are being found, your brand's doing the heavy lifting, and then they're put in through a payrolling company, the savings are usually, you know, anywhere from 10 to 15% or more lower because of the reduced markups. So that's where that savings piece comes in.
Okay. How quickly can you get a direct sourcing model off the ground?
So there's lots of, chatter around this, but the technology itself can be set up in a couple weeks, right? And if it's integrated with your VMS, even better. Or if it's not integrated, but you've got a collaborative model with your VMS, what takes a little bit longer, and this is what a lot of people don't really talk about, is the talent pool build can start immediately, but sometimes you need some ramp up time. So unless a client's got thousands of candidates in their ATS and the MSP's already got lots of candidates ready to build, it's going to take some ramp up. So that takes usually 2 to 3 months to build up the adequate talent pool numbers and get the right pool set up. So 2 to 3 months. But the tech itself, days to a couple weeks.
Okay. Wonderful. Well, that wraps up our session for today's webinar, What is Direct Sourcing and Why Should it be Part of Your CWM Program? I want to give all my thanks to Terri for joining us today. We really appreciate your time.
And thanks to everyone for listening. Hopefully this was helpful. And if it was or it wasn't, we would love to hear feedback from you either way. Thanks, everyone. Wonderful. And thank you, Lee and Flentis.
Our pleasure. All right. Look for more educational webinars from Flentis coming soon. Thank you.
Coming soon to a drive-in near you.